Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, today is October the 7th, 2025. And I'm making this video early today because y'all know what's going on. Okay, we're about to get on the flight. Got some stuff to do today, so I decided to do the video early because I won't have the time to do it later. I'll have time, but I'll be in the airport and stuff like that. But anyway, with that said, guys, I want to say thanks to all the subscribers, guys. Thanks for continuing to watch the content, and I appreciate you guys. Okay, because like I said, if I'm making these videos and nobody was watching them, there will be no need for me to make the video. So, hence, I make the videos. Guys, yesterday I made some changes to my portfolio, and thinking back about it, I was like, you know what? Um, One time there was this guy who used to watch my content, and he's like, you know what? You could always, to cut down your cost basis, you can sell, right? And then rebuy, and that will cut down your cost basis. And back then, my argument for not doing that was if you buy something high, right, and you sell low and you rebuy low from your previous price, right, you still losing money no matter what, right? And that was something that I was like, that's the dumbest thing. Even though, like, now we're gonna talk about this later on, but I'll show you guys. Like now, right? Like I made changes to my portfolio, and I still have those losses, even though I sold, right? I mean, I sold out this stuff completely um, to kind of help with my margin, get rid of my margins and stuff like that. And I'm going to buy back in. But when I buy back in, I'm buying back at a lower price. So those losses, they're still going to be there, regardless if I sell to, just to get it. Oh, it's going to be green, but it's still going to show those losses that I had, right? And I know it's there because it's negative in my portfolio. Anyway, guys, with that said, you guys know I'm a 52-year-old man. Makes video about my portfolio and my portfolio alone as I go through my investment journey. 5 years on this journey, and so far so good. It's been interesting the last 6 months, right? With all the tariffs and all the things going on, but hey, it's still good. If you decide you want to follow what I'm doing, you do at your own free risk, okay? I got nothing to do with it. It's on your own free risk. My goal here is just to get people to invest because investing, right? Even though I have investment in real estate and stuff like that, but investing in the market, especially as a dividend investor, have changed my life. Okay, changed my life literally. Um, so I'm here, making sure other people know that this is possible, right? And a lot of the extreme high yield, the mid yield, the low yield positions out there, you can customize a portfolio that will work best for you at your risk level, and you still be able to generate some income. I have made a lot of videos on this channel and on my other channel that $300,000 is more than enough to live a decent life if you decide you want to live outside the country. Now, like I said, what a decent life for me and what a decent life for you is going to be completely different. For me, I'm a very basic guy. I just need the bare minimum to be happy, right? And to have a peace of mind. Everybody else can be different, right? Like I said before, in the beginning, my goal was $24,000 a year so I can retire outside the U.S. And now I make more than $24,000 a month. So, hey, go figure, right? Anyway, enough of the yapping. Let's take a look at the pre-market. So pre-market right now, the Dow is up, 4 points, right? Um, and implied volatility implied open is at 4.61. S&P right now is down 1.75. Implied open at 0.81. NASDAQ 1.25. Implied 4.202. So, I mean, guys, if you are an investor, usually I never look at this stuff. Well, sometimes I used to look at this, um, and like, okay, to see what's going on. But after a while, I'm like, I don't need to be looking at this crap anymore. This is after hours. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm like, I don't need to look at this. This is after hour open market, and this is a regular pre-market. And I'm like, I don't need to look at this stuff, right? Whatever the market's going to open at, it's going to open at that. I never really buy anything in the pre-market. I can't remember when I bought in the pre-market, maybe once or twice in the last 2 years. So I never really buy in the pre-market. So I mean, in the pre-market is not indicative of what's going to happen at the end of the day. So a lot of times stuff open high in the pre-market and then the regular hour, and when the market open, it goes down. So, but I just want to show you guys this so you can kind of know and see what's going on. Okay. All right. So as you can see, usually I kind of look at this portfolio here to kind of tell me how well my portfolio. My alarm is 7 o'clock. To see how well my portfolio is gonna do, right? Sorry about the alarm. I'm not gonna cut this out. Um, but as you can see, it just flip flop. It just did like a flip down, right, and then it flip back up, right? It dropped down and then it went back up. And that's the pre-market for you. So I don't really pay attention to that. I used to at some point look at that, but I don't look at it no more, right? What I have in my portfolio, I have in my portfolio. Usually I check my portfolio every day, especially to see if it's an opportunity to buy, to see what's going on in my portfolio. I say this all the time. I don't check my portfolio every day because if the market's bad, then I'm going to sell. No, that's not why I check my portfolio. I check my portfolio to know what's going on in the market. And you guys know sometimes I will talk about stuff for a minute before I actually go and do it, right? I'm like, I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy, and then I'll finally do it. So I don't just go ahead and spend and sell stuff in the portfolio. But as you can see, um, my negative amount for all this stuff, I don't know what's going on with this thing, right? I just updated it and it showed I have 400 something $1,000 in the red. I have no idea. Of course, I sold a couple of things yesterday, and this is what is showing right now in this portfolio that has been updated. So sometimes this thing freaks out and it does crazy stuff. So, but right now, as you can see that down here, right? I don't know why it's showing that number. Misty, I sold Misty yesterday, and the amount invested, and then yeah, that's not accurate. We're gonna look at that in a minute. Let me show you guys this. So I sold Misty yesterday, right? You guys see, this is what I was talking about. So this is the amount that was invested right here. And then when I sold Misty, it's like almost half of the freaking value of Misty. And then this is the negative amount, right? Losses. Let me move my face out of the way. So all these yield max positions that I have in here, and you can see the losses that I have. So I sold these two right here, uh, Tesla and Misty. I sold these two. So this is what I sold at, and I don't see how people do these cheats. Okay, this is I almost cursed. This is freaking frustrating. I don't see how you guys do this. Okay, now somebody's like, oh, you can pull this and upload it. I just think it's too much work. All right, I just think it's too much work. So anyway, when I sold yesterday, this is what the losses that I have in these two positions. Um, you guys know I've took money out of my portfolio every single month, um, spending on paying down debts and whatnot in my portfolio. So I wanted to show you guys this, right? So one idiot that used to watch my channel and talk shit about me said, "Hey, if you want to bring down your costs, just sell the position and then rebuy it. That will bring down your costs, right?" And I tried to explain to this guy, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. That it doesn't work like that, okay? But to each his own. Now, at some point, this this thing, I don't even know. This cannot be right. But if you think about it, right, all of the time that we have margin calls and all the other stuff, when I have to throw money in there, it could be right. I have no idea. But I know when I went to sell, it showed me what I had lost and what it was pending in there and what the losses are. So I give the thing a few days for it to do an update to make sure it's in the right place, and then we'll go from there. At some point, I do plan on buying some of Misty back to bring in the income, but it would just be for a short period of time. Depending on what the income is going to be, we're going to bring it in, collect the distributions, and then we're going to sell out of it. Even if it dropped down by $1,000, whatever, we're going to sell out of it and just uh, keep the distributions and put the money in something else. So that's what I'm going to do. Um, but we're going to see how long this thing going to take for it to update with the appropriate amount. At some point, this is going to go away. And then Tesla, you got like 200 something $1,000. That's crazy. Um, that means my portfolio, if you add both of these amounts together, that's saying my portfolio was over $1 million in my portfolio at some point. That's crazy. If I actually had $1 million in my portfolio across just these three portfolio across, but it's one, not even three, $1 million. That's crazy, right? Because if you add this amount and this amount, that's over $400,000, right? Plus what I have in my actual portfolio. Um, that is crazy. But like I said, it is what it is. We're gonna deal with that stuff another time. We ain't gonna sit here and stress about it. But as you can see, this portfolio finally updated. Um, and of course, the income dropped down a little bit because of the changes I made to the portfolio, especially the selling Misty out of the portfolio. That kicks out freaking like $5,000 or $6,000 out of the portfolio. So, like I said, I have to do my crazy stuff and try to buy and see if I can make some of that money back, maybe 2 or 3 grand or something like that. But right now we're in a position to secure our NAV and don't deal with all this craziness, guys. You know, pretty much. Okay. Uh, income average is down, right? Because we sold Misty. So for now, this is the estimated income because we sold Misty. We already collected the income for Tesla, but I'm looking at this is this got to be because we sold Misty. That's why the income dropped this much, I would think. But who knows, right? We're still trying to increase the income. That's pretty much what it is. We're trying to increase the income, but I don't want to deal with no more NAV erosion and all the other crap. Income is good, but NAV erosion is not good. So we're gonna see how this gonna work out, and of course, this gonna estimate that $10 million a year thing we've got going on in 5 years, in 10 years. But 6.4 million in 10 years, guys, is still not a bad thing. Now you'll know this is just something to motivate me to keep doing what I do. right? Annual income $277,000. I mean, that's a lot of money still. Okay, 5 year as I push to that retirement mark, 1.2 million in 5 years with a portfolio value of 2.7 million. I mean, once my portfolio gets $1 million, I think I've done something. Um, that's without margins, right? Without margins, I think once I get to that point, um, I think I've done something. So it's possible to get the portfolio to to get to the point where we're generating big bucks. Okay. Now let's see if this thing updated on my smarter portfolio income wise. So on average, right, 158. That's not bad. I mean, it's work in progress. Um, that means we're over that what you call it, $12,000, right? What am I talking about? Not $12,000. I'm talking crazy. Go back here. Let me do each one of them. $2,000. Okay, $2,000. There we go. $2,000 there. That means we're over $100 a month, which you guys just saw, and we're gonna increase this over this amount. I think $200 right now coming out of this portfolio would be great. And this one here, we're still trying to get to $200. Slow motion, but this is doing. Look at the dividend yield. Okay, the yield. Okay, the yield in here is 42%. So it's not bad. It's not that crazy, 100% yield. That's my other portfolio. Okay, this one is 74, 78% yield. And my car portfolio. So we're gonna make some changes to this portfolio also before I transfer the funds out of here. So it's all work in progress. Okay. This one is still 71%. So I mean, the changes that I just made have dropped the yield down in the portfolio. So overall, 71%, right? I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's too bad, guys. So for me, I don't think that's bad. But I'm not gonna keep yapping here. I gotta get ready to go to the airport in a minute. So I want you guys to have an amazing day. And the market look like is gonna be all right. So it's gonna be another day. We're gonna make some more money. We got a couple of pennies that pop into the portfolio overnight. You wake up, you got money. I was watching something that said poor people get up and get ready to go to work. Rich people get up and check the asset that generate income. I'm not rich yet, even though I'm a millionaire, but I'm not rich yet. I only got one. I need to have two, three, four. I think when I get to five, I'll be comfortable. I think two, I'll be comfortable because I know it will take a lot to get it back to less than a million. But so guys, I get up and check my asset that produce income, and guess what? I got 38 cents. It's just in one portfolio. I got a bunch of other portfolios to check. I got crypto to check. I already don't talk about crypto, but I got a small crypto portfolio to check. So, guys, it is what it is. This is my daughter's tuition portfolio, even though I don't pay her tuition out of here right now. I pay out of my big boy portfolio. Right? I pay out of here. So, I'm not complaining, man. I'm in a good shape. They say, see, total invested almost $900,000. That is crazy. When did I get $900,000 from to invest? Uh, to have these guys take my money, man. That's crazy. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, peace out.